More documents have been released raising questions about whether political pressure from the federal government was at play in the wake of the Nova Scotia mass shooting. Catherine Cullen is with us this morning, live in Ottawa, with details of a letter from a now former civilian member of the RCMP. Catherine, good morning. Tell us about this particular letter.
Well, Heather, this letter does support that allegation that RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki was applying political pressure to members of the Nova Scotia RCMP in the wake of that terrible mass shooting. In fact, the person who wrote the letter, the former head of communications for the Nova Scotia RCMP, describes this pivotal conversation with RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki, leaving her, the letter writer, with feelings of disgust because of that pressure. Now, folks will recall that, of course, all of this turns around the allegation that Commissioner Lucki, in the wake of this shooting, put pressure on members of the Nova Scotia RCMP to release specific information about the guns used in the shooting. This, as the federal government was trying to pass new legislation to limit gun usage in Canada. In this newly released letter by Leah Scanlon, the former head of communications for the Nova Scotia RCMP, she writes, and the letter is addressed to Commissioner Brenda Lucki, quote, "You informed us of the pressures in conversation with Minister Blair, which we clearly understood was related to the upcoming passing of gun legislation." Scanlon says in the letter it was clear to her team that they could not release that information because there was an investigation underway. She also describes the whole exchange with Commissioner Lucki as a very negative one, that there was pressure put on them in terms of the broader communication, that Commissioner Lucki talked about letting down victims of the shooting. And Scanlon says in the letter she felt personally attacked in that meeting. She describes the entire conversation as, quote, "appalling, inappropriate, unprofessional, and extremely belittling." We should say, Heather, this letter was written about a year after the conversation in question. We've seen other documents that relate right back to the date of the conversation. It's only becoming public now, though, and it certainly was written well before any of these allegations came to light publicly.
There have been strong denials already, Catherine, that there was any political pressure. How is the government responding now?
We received a fresh statement from Minister Bill Blair's office yesterday. It says, in part, at no time during his tenure as Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness did Minister Blair or his office direct the RCMP in any of their operational decisions, including during and immediately following the tragic events in April 2020. The statement from a spokesperson says that it was clear, that the minister was clear that the decision of what information to publicly disclose regarding any investigation, as with operational matters, is solely at law enforcement's discretion. So a denial there. And as you say, Heather, we have heard from Commissioner Lucki on all of this as this information has come out through documents released by Nova Scotia's Mass Casualty Commission. She has said she did not interfere in ongoing investigations.
Catherine, thank you. Good to have you with us this morning from Ottawa. Catherine Cullen.